I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
It's so awful, isn't it?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
You think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker? Send in the clowns.
Man, never has a movie ever made me want to smoke so much. I gotta quit. Yeah. Hey all, Preston here again with the Barely There channel. First and foremost, thank you for those who have stuck with me, all 18 of you. I know it's been like a month or so since I've actually posted anything on here. My apologies, life's just been kind of crazy, getting acclimated to my then new job and some family stuff's going on. But rest assured, I've been watching movies like crazy. A lot of people just in my life in general have been suggesting a ton of movies for me to watch. So I'm gonna do some retro stuff coming up soon. And of course, a few of the past movies I've already seen in theaters. And I'm really excited to talk about this movie. This is one I've been highly anticipating. Just saw it yesterday, Joker. Produced by Todd Phillips of the Hangover fame and old school, a lot of comedies. And for him to direct something like Joker, something that's more, I don't want to say horror, but more like thriller based and a comic book movie at that, with a great cast. Of course, we have Joaquin Phoenix as the title character. It was just something I was just naturally kind of very interested in. I love Batman. He's my second favorite superhero. And one of the reasons why is because he has a great rogues gallery. Probably first and foremost, his arch nemesis, the Joker. The Joker has been getting a lot of love in the past few years. And there's been a lot of comparisons already between this version of the character to, say, Mark Hamill's animated Joker to Heath Ledger's legendary performance in The Dark Knight. This is going to be a pretty spoiler-free review. I'm still going to do an in-depth podcast, hardcore review with my buddy David, who did the Hardly Here video. That's going to be coming up soon. But I just want to give my initial thoughts on it, because I also am planning to see the movie again really soon, just to help further cement my ideas and opinions and feelings on this movie. But yeah, just real quick. I really liked the movie. I didn't love it, but I really did like it. First and foremost, like I mentioned, Joaquin Phoenix, he pretty much always turns in a stellar performance, and he does so again here. Just his look, his mannerisms, the way he carries himself, you really get the sense that this is a man who has a lot of issues, a lot of troubles going on in his life. And at least for me, I related to him a lot more than I kind of wanted to, particularly with the chain smoking. But just the fact that he seems so disassociated with the world around him, and he's living in this terrible city that's creates nothing but like anarchy and chaos. So it's kind of easy for him to see, to become an agent of chaos. But yeah, I really liked this character. I really liked his arc throughout the movie. I just love the way the movie's shot. It is dark and depressing, but really cool camera angles. Like the cinematography was on point, and it was something that I'd never seen from Todd Phillips. So I think they make a great team. Supporting cast, I really liked his mother, Zazie Beetz, who plays his kind of next door neighbor. Doesn't get a ton of screen time, but there's a reason for that. Robert De Niro as this kind of loud, boastful late night host that Mr. Arthur Fleck kind of idolizes was also pretty entertaining to see. Wish we had some more time with him. Yeah, just a really solid movie. The reason why I don't love it is because there are certain threads that I'll touch in the spoiler heavy review with my buddy David that I feel like didn't really need it to be there, or they could have cut down on a little bit. And the first half of the movie, while it's not a drag, it does kind of plod at a slow pace. I mean, it sets everything up perfectly so you get inside the head of Arthur, what he's dealing with just in his day-to-day life. But it definitely plods along. And it wasn't until like the beginning of the third act or so where I really kind of woke up in my seat and was like really interested to see how these things are going to play out. And I think the ending of the movie is solid, and I think it gives a really good payoff to what we've experienced and journeyed through this road down with Arthur. But there is still that first half that I just wasn't too crazy about. But again, I'm going to see the movie again, see if my opinions change on that. This is kind of just my initial thoughts, reaction to it. I do think it's worth seeing in theaters though, and I think it is a great different take just on the state of comic book movies, of superhero movies in general. This year we've kind of had our climactic conclusion, what with Avengers Endgame and Far From Home, Spider-Man. We got to see like kind of the brighter, sunnier side of superhero movies come to an end. So it's kind of exciting to see this origin story of this really dark, depressing, chaotic maniac of a character. There's a lot of good poetic beats to this movie. There's one in particular I like, but it's kind of a spoiler, so I won't say. But there is this scene where it's just Arthur Curry, not Aquaman, Arthur Fleck is going up this set of stairs where after having just like a really bad day, essentially, and he's skinny and he's weak and he's beaten down, and his clothes are in tatters, and he's just had pretty much the worst day. And then towards the end of the movie, you kind of see this in the trailer and some of the clips where he's on the same set of stairs, but he's in his full Joker gear. And even though he's committed some things and he's experienced some things that no one ever should, he's alive and he's dancing. He's just fully embraced this Joker persona. And I thought that, first of all, it was just a neat shot. And again, Joaquin totally sells it. I didn't see Joaquin Phoenix up on the screen. I just saw Joker, And same with Arthur Fleck. He pulled off both sides, the megalomaniac side and also just a man who's just been the world's punching bag. Is really something. Last thing I'll touch on is that this movie has been getting a lot of flack for its level of violence in it. The quantity isn't there, but the quality of it, like some of the kills that is on display, is pretty hardcore, and I see why the movie was rated R. However, I don't think it necessitates this kind of widespread attention. It's been getting like people like kind of boycotting the movie, or SJWs getting up in arms about it. I think that's silly and stupid, because at the end of the day, it's just a movie, guys. But it is a movie I think we needed. Again, I really liked it, just didn't quite love it. Per my rating system, I would give it, for now, I'm gonna give it a barely there. But it's very close on the edge of a let's go. I'm more just happy that we got a different breed of comic book movies, and I think over time this is going to kind of get better on repeated viewings. So I wouldn't be surprised if my rating changes from a barely there to a let's go. So yeah, I believe that's everything. This is again my quickie review for the movie Joker. Stay tuned for my spoiler heavy review with my buddy David again. That's gonna be really exciting. And thank you so much for watching. If you take anything from this, I would say go out, see the movie, get your own opinion. But I think for most people, particularly for people who know of the character and like comic book based movies, I think they're gonna I think I'm gonna be fairly satisfied. So yeah, I give it a high barely there, a good thumbs up. Yeah, check it out. All right, guys, barely there. Now we're here. Like I said, keep listening, keep watching, because I got some new content coming on the way. Promise these uploads can come a little bit more frequent. All right, so stay tuned.